Bye, losers. But you're protecting your identity because you're a spineless fuck. Spineless little fucking jellyfish. Here comes some more spineless jellyfish you can take out, Tanya. Spineless jellyfish. I'm a scam slammer and blah, 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 blah. But I can't show my face, even though I think I'm big and bad. Ha
Chrissy, you need to keep having those sodas, and you need to eat to keep your strength up. Really, honestly, you need to eat double what they are giving you. We need to get you big and strong.
Just like they admit people to the hospital and don't have nothing wrong with them.
I want you guys to know she has COVID. I'm sure of it. Again. Because she was in the shelter. Of course she's going to get it. Everybody's getting it. If she doesn't have RSV on top of it, who knows? It's all going around. She never wears a mask. She's anti-mask. So you get what you get. She has asthma. We've gone over that before. She has horrible constricted breathing. If you ever listen to her, when she inhales, she is so wheezy, but she's always hitting the vape. She's hitting whatever, smoking a cigarette. We've seen it. She may say she isn't. She is. We've shown it. You don't do that stuff and have asthma and then get a virus and not go to the hospital. She is not in ICU. Trust me, I worked in ICU. She could be in an ICU step down. I doubt it, looking at her wedge, looking at her O2 sat. She tries to hold her breath at one point. I'll show you. But no. You can't hold your breath when you have asthma. You can't.
Yeah. Sure. And I already had a place to stay at, a motel room. Where's that fucking come to the equation?
Hey, what happened to that lady who said she was going to open her home to you? That was the best deal ever. You and Travi could have helped her. You wouldn't be around strangers. You wouldn't have gotten a virus. What happened?
On the streets. But tax dollars you don't pay because your ass is sitting at home all day long and ain't got a fucking job. So don't pretend.
Bitch, I'm retired and I got 4 jobs. What the fuck are you talking about?
And like you do. The only one that needs a toaster bath, you can fucking take one.
Wow.
I haven't asked for a dime.
You don't need to. You're being taken care of on our tax dollars in the hospital. What the fuck?
And you're so worried about it. Oh.
Not worried about it at all.
God, you're so mad. Oh.
I'm not mad about it. I feel disappointed that I work my ass off and you spend my money that I pay into. But I'm not depending on Medicare being there because it won't be. Because of people like you.
Yeah, right. That's why you can't even fucking get a job.
Wait, bitch, I got 4, and I'm retired. I've already put in decades of work. Hard work you couldn't have done ever. Let me, ma'am, all I'm waiting for is for you to drop that we're jealous of you.
You're constantly in my live Monday through Friday, through Saturday through Sunday, and ain't never.
I'm not Saturday through Sunday. Well, those are most people's 2 days off. You haven't worked in so long, you forgot.
For fucking at work. Jobless, spineless jellyfish that can't even put their real profile picture up on the internet.
Ma'am, it is my real profile picture. But you know what? Hey, how long has it been since you had a job? I hear you never did.
For all the people to see what scam slammer you are. And no, taxpayers don't pay for my motherfucking,
Yeah, they do. If you get Medicaid, which you do, if you get Medicare, which you do, it's from taxpayers.
Hospital stay, my insurance, guys, and
your insurance is Medicaid, bitch.
Yeah, I'm sure your husband 172K. Right. 300 plus a year? Ooh. He must be making surgeon money. Ooh. 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 And Flea.
Do you know how pathetic? It's hard not to start laughing. I'm trying not to.
You need to grow a fucking spine too and get a goddamn profile picture. Y'all are all pathetic.
You truly are limited by your vocabulary. We're going to get into your vocabulary, though, because you like to say people are uneducated. Wow, was it a doozy this morning?
You can't even put a profile picture up there because you're chicken shit.
Some people are actually proud of landscape, sunsets, animals. They're proud of the pictures they take. Why does everybody have to have their profile picture be their face? It doesn't have to be. Your face wouldn't even fit in yours.
Pussies. Bunch of pussies.
Here she goes blocking.
No, high earners don't exist when you're a troll with no eyes, no face, and no mouth.
What?
Trying to dig in any way they can. Oh, God, your husband makes... I can give a fuck less what your husband makes. I don't give a fuck what you make.
What do you make? Are you reporting your Tic Tac donations? You better be.
You ain't even welcome in my life, so I don't know what the fuck you keep coming back. And coming back for. So, Sam Squatch, you can sandwich this right up your ass. Because 0 fucks do I give. Y'all.
It's so sad when uneducated people think they are so much smarter than everyone else. And they have such a limited vocabulary. She repeats herself. Her analogies and her little metaphors do not make sense, but she thinks they do.
All bunch of little fake ass fucking spineless jellyfish that ain't got no life, ain't got no friends.
How do we have to? Don't take a shot every time she says spineless jellyfish or pathetic, okay?
Ain't got no car, ain't got no money, ain't got no job, or you wouldn't even be home on a fucking Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Why? Because the world only works 9 to 5? Ma'am, that shows exactly how unaware you are about the working world.
So, fuck out of here and suck my nuts.
Okay. So that little clipperoo came from Country, the number 4, Life, 1202, Snark, SN as in Nancy, ARK, an awesome channel on TikTok. Let's go over to Nookie, I think it was. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Okay. She's trying to show you how, oh God, it's just, she's desatting. It's just plummeting. Okay. So this is your wedge, and it's from your finger probe that they tape onto your finger. Okay. There's a whole thing about carboxyhemoglobin. I'm not going to go into it. It is somewhat accurate. The most accurate thing is doing arterial blood draws, and that analysis breaks down arterial blood counts that gives you a true oxygen count. They tend to not do that. They're really quite painful. But if you've ever had one, you know. But an O2 sat is a quickie, fairly 90% accurate O2 sat. Most importantly, though, it gives you your wedge, which is the rise and fall of your chest. And one thing we used to watch on monitors in the ER is something she does. Just wait. We're watching this blue line here, this electric blue, okay? These are movement. You see it all erratic. It's all movement. You want a fairly regular wedge. Okay, so this is movement. And then you can tell when someone's doing shallow breathing. Okay, so she's at 100%. You can hear that she's trying to hold her breath.
I don't know. You follow me, so
But see,
evidently you know.
Here's the thing. When you have asthma and you have a virus on top of it, a respiratory infection, you cannot hold your breath very long.
Don't come in here with your fakeness, trying to act like you're my friend when you're not.
I have no doubt she's sick. She's very red. Very red. I also have no doubt.
Matilda, you already been busted for what you are, and I posted a video about it.
Yeah, she is so delusional about Matilda. She also appears to be on prednisone, which wouldn't be uncommon because most asthmatics are on a steroid, be it an inhaler or an oral tablet or both.
And Matilda's been busted out for being on hugs. It's all over the internet.
Which Matilda? There's about 40.
Control me and say I'm on shit. I got receipts.
Because you still think Matilda is your daughter.
You done been busted out, Matilda.
I don't think your daughter's on drugs.
It's pretty bad when another creator's gonna make a video about Matilda being on hugs.
Yeah, the problem is you are. And it's been proven.
Yeah, I'm in the intensive care unit with COVID.
She's definitely not in an ICU. Possibly an ICU step down. This is not an ICU room. Not an ICU monitor. Not an ICU setup. We have very different setups.
I'm in
step
the
down,
ICU
yes.
with COVID again. So
I think she's looking out the door to make sure the nurse doesn't hear her.
It's okay.
Now, one thing is, she has to be in a negative oxygen room with COVID. Not a lot of rooms are, so usually hospitals, depending on size, like we had 8 for a 280 bed hospital. I don't remember what the other hospital has. They're bigger. They're like 350. I believe they had 12. Reverse flow rooms are not common. Now, your units can be reverse flow. And I believe after the pandemic, a lot of people put step downs. So not actual ICU, but the step down. Someone who needs more care or more watching, but not as urgent. It's not as acute care. Your nurses in ICU are 1-to-1, 1-to-2. So 1 nurse to 1 patient or 1 nurse to 2 patients. That's it. Max 2 patients. Typically it's 1-to-1. Trauma ICU, 1-to-1. Step down, 1-to-2, 1-to-4. I typically will go to ICU and be a 1-to-1 if I have an attack. I'm there for 72 hours because my disease waxes and wanes. 72 hours, it can wane where I'm in a safe zone and I go to a step down for 4 more days. To make sure, they have to give me 72 hours plus 1 to make sure it's not going to wax again and go up. Step downs here are typically 1-to-2 to 1-to-4. In your larger hospitals where you have more traveling nurses available, I've seen step downs 1-to-6. And if you have somebody who has COVID, They turned a lot of step-down units into negative flow rooms during the pandemic to handle the onslaught of people with COVID. You can't have COVID in your HVAC in a hospital. So you have a self-contained room. The oxygen is self-contained. You can open the door. You can go in and out of the patient's room. You don't have a lot of visitors, but the air pressure is recirculated filtered air for that room. So it contains the viruses. It's very expensive to make negative reverse flow rooms, but I believe in the pandemic, the government helped a lot of hospitals create more rooms for it. So trust me, this is not an actual ICU. She's definitely flushed, so I have no doubt she has a fever.
But just chilling, tired of being lonely in this stupid hospital room by myself.
Stupid. Helping you.
I'm on isolation, so nobody comes in here really, just except for the nurse.
Because you're contagious still and shedding. Oop, oop, oop. It's not good enough, so don't show it. 97. Oh, God.
Thank you, Faith. I appreciate it. Just say a prayer for me, y'all, because I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of being in this hospital. I've already been here for 3 days.
You can leave.
My oxygen, drops. Thank you.
You shouldn't
Thank you
smoke
so
and
much.
vape.
Travis has
here we
actually
go.
got COVID too, and he's in the hospital. So
I heard her monitor.
again, this time it's a different strand of COVID.
Strand.
Coronavirus as well. Bunch of crap.
A strand.
But I'm the one that got the short end of the stick. I'm in the ICU because my oxygen drops pretty reluctantly as soon as I remove my oxygen.
Miseducated. So not only is it a different strand, her oxygen drops pretty reluctantly. This isn't the first time. She likes to use big words, and she has never used one appropriately.
Oxygen. Watch this.
Okay, let's watch.
It might take a minute, but...
Well, she took her cannula out, if you noticed. And see this wedge? So she's trying to restrict her breathing. We used to sit and watch people.
It takes just a second, but it starts dropping.
See, it should be a little higher. So she's trying to do shallow breathing. But it's 100.
It says 100, but how's that when I have no oxygen on my nose?
See, I told you she
I
took
just
it
got
out.
off a high flow and a low flow.
She's gonna hold her breath. Look it. She's trying to hold her breath. And you hear it. She's gonna try it again. See, she has a virus and she has asthma. She's not gonna go below 96. We don't even worry until it hits 87. Look at this. See that? That is restrictive breathing. And she has her oxygen off. And she's having to breathe again. Now the number is always a little lagged behind.
Anyways, I'm not
big inhale. Do not fall victim to this, okay? Any medical person can read a wedge line. We used to sit in the ER and watch certain people. There's certain people, oh my God, medics were the worst patients because they would like to trip you out. And there's a way of tapping a certain electrode on your sticky pad so that it looks like the patient is in VTAC, and they used to go over to patients that were sleeping and go tap, 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 tap. And then everyone's running in, like practically dragging the crash cart and breaking the locks on it. And then you'd see a medic just standing there laughing. I mean, Hubs does it to me. If he's in the ER, the few times he's been in the ER or doing an EKG on himself, he does it for fun, and it drives me nuts. The wedges are the same thing. We would get people in there who were insisting on being admitted because they had nowhere to go. And they'd be like, I have asthma and I can't breathe and blah, blah, blah. Well, you take everybody seriously, no matter if they're faking or not. And then we would be sitting there looking at the monitors, and they think we're busy doing something else. And they know if they hold their breath, the monitor's going to eventually start ringing. And if it drops to a certain level, usually 87 and below on your O2 sat, it'll flash red. Bing, 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 bing. And everyone runs in to see what's going on. And not really running, but they know they're going to get attention. And then they're in there like, I can't breathe. But they're talking in full and complete sentences. They're not tripoding. They're not flaring their nostrils. Nothing. And you look at the wedge, you're watching it, and they're like shallow breathing. Beep, 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 beep. Her O2 sats are fine. Okay? She took her cannula off. She's probably getting 2 liters of oxygen. That right there tells me she is not in an ICU room. Our patients did not have 100% O2 sats unless they were on a ventilator. Oh, Wendy, you're just such a liar. That damn strand, it must be difficult. That's all.